Hi, I'm Vince Jones. I'm the lyricist, writer of the book, the director of Tyneham the musical. The story of Tyneham is well known to the world, really, the evacuation of 1943, but I'd only really known it as a tourist visiting the village with the family over the years that we've lived here. And it was when I went down with a different pair of eyes, really, to have a look around the village. Once you got down there as well, you sat amongst the ruins and started to look at the village through a different pair of eyes from a tourist. You sat there and you thought about the people that had been moved out. And that sort of got me thinking about, well, okay, let me find out a little bit more about these people. I started reading, like you do, the books that are around, and there's plenty of them, books and articles on the evacuation. And slowly my reading got a little bit heavier, so that the books got larger, and more information started to accumulate. And slowly a story started to evolve. And although Jeff's initial idea was all about the evacuation, I started to sort of read about different people, and of course this story is now not so much about an evacuation, more about people and how they react to an evacuation. When I started, it was really just a few snippets of songs, ideas for people, and slowly but surely, I suppose over the months, I started to put together the sort of germs of ideas that have turned into the songs that we're now performing in our rehearsals. The journey has really been enhanced by working with Jordan. He's opened my eyes to a whole range of opportunities that one can actually work on the stage, and hopefully I've been able to sort of help him as well think about how to collaborate, how to work together to sort of get the whole production completed. My one wish is that actually it is seen by as many people as possible. We're not a known company, we're not a known show, and so we haven't got that working for us. But if we can get our act together with selling tickets and promoting this around the region, I think that people will sit up and take notice of this group of people. And one of the things I really hope is that Jordan gets the recognition that he richly deserves here. He's starting out on a career here, and I think that he's a guy that's going to go a long way, so that one day I can actually sit down with my grandchildren and say, I worked with him once. I think he's a young man with a terrific future, and I think everybody else recognises that as well. So that's one of the things I really would like to come out of this. You never know, Cameron Mackintosh might turn up on Saturday night. You just never know. I want the crew and the cast to come away at the end of it and say that was worthwhile. That was something I enjoyed doing. It was something that I'm glad I joined. It wasn't the usual musical, like as I mentioned before, what we come from. It was just a very different experience all around, particularly when you were getting some of the libretto or some of the score on the night that you were supposed to be learning it. It's just been a very, very different sort of ball game to play in. I hope they all get something from that, something they'll take away and keep forever. And I want the audience to take something away when they leave and they've been immersed in Tyneham for a couple of hours. I want them to go away and think about what the messages are that this story is trying to portray. The story started out as a story of evacuation. It's nowhere near that now. Of course, it's a story of people, how they interact, how they cope with adversity, all their emotions that spill out, and also the fact that, of course, that whenever you're in trouble, you've got adversity, invariably there is somebody always there for us and to help us out, to give us a leg up. To sort of take us through the tricky times of life. And that's really what Tyneham is all about. It's that hope that we all know that sometime or other in our lives there's going to be some adversity, but there is somebody there for us to take us through. If the audience can walk out feeling that they've experienced that, then I shall be more than happy.